All right, let's do IELTS speaking practice today. Okay, and this is one student left for class IELTS 43. Miss Trúc here will do her speaking practice. So are you ready for your speaking practice, Miss Trúc?
Yes.
Good. We'll spend 2 hours on that. So let's start with part one first. And let's start with the topic number 72. So it's about languages. So, Mr. What languages can you speak?
I think uh, two languages, but my nation's language is Vietnamese, and I can speak fluently. But with another language that I are learning is
I'm learning now.
English.
It's English. It's not
It's
that
learning
easy, right?
is the English, and yes, it's not easy at all. And I'm hard
I
to
find it
learn
hard. I
it,
find it hard. So I find it hard to learn it, right? You
and
can
I
say I
find
find it hard to learn.
it's hard to learn. I think that
Mhm.
I admire many people who can speak many languages at the same time. I think they have talent at that field
Mhm.
about languages.
I see. So what foreign languages have you studied before? Like all the language you have studied. I'm not talking about speaking, okay? Just studied.
I used to study Japanese
Mm.
besides English before. I remember that I have learned it in uh, 2 years, but after that, I gave up because at that time I was in my final years at
Oh,
the
so you were in your
university.
final year of university? So you were
In
in your senior
university,
year, I see.
so I had to focus on my final exams.
Hmm.
So I gave it a
I see. And beside from English and Japanese, any other languages have you studied?
no. I remember that I hadn't tried any other languages.
I see, I see. So why did you choose to study Japanese or English? Is there a specific reason for your choice?
Yes, I used to choose to learn English and Japanese because it's quite popular in my country, and in my majors at university. Japanese is language that I can use is degree to graduate. Besides English is an option, is another option. That's so that so at that time I want to try new
I
things.
wanted to try. So at
I
the time I
want
wanted to try.
I wanted to try new things,
Mhm.
and I enrolled this enrolled for this Japanese class
So I enroll in Japanese study.
in Japanese study.
Okay, I see. And would you say it's a difficult to language to learn? Is Japanese difficult to learn? What do you think?
Of course, I totally agree that Japanese is very hard
Mhm.
because it's not you romance
Sorry?
uh romance cái
It
từ
doesn't use the
Latin đó này
it doesn't
cái
use the Latinic
it doesn't
It doesn't use the Latin. It doesn't use Latin as a language to write. It's not a writing system. You know, you can talk about writing system. It uses kanji actually, and I think there are three writing system in Japanese, right? Ba hệ
Is
thống chữ viết lận.
yes, it it's also use Chinese writing system, and I find it's very hard to remember on the basics letter.
All the basic letters, I say. So, do your friends also like to learn that languages? Or do your friends also like to learn languages in general, you know?
I have some friends that love learning languages and some are not. I think though you love not learning languages, people have to, because
Yes, of course, you
languages
have to.
brings many benefits to
But
people.
many benefits to people. But
Many
benefits to people.
brings many benefits to people nowadays.
Yes. Like what kind of benefits can you discuss it?
First, I think that thanks to languages, you can get more knowledge because many books are written by English, because English is the one of the most languages in the world. And if you have languages, you can go many other country without feel confused and hard to communicate with other people.
Okay.
Secondly, I think languages help us to have more chance for careers in the future.
Okay. And
As
you
a
know
sim
that we have to compete with artificial intelligence, you know? So if people do not try to learn more, they will lose their jobs for sure. And so, what languages would you like to learn in the future?
at that time and in the futures, I want to focus on
I would
learning.
like to focus on learning.
I would like to focus on learning English, of course, because the popular populations
Sorry,
populations of
popularity, you mean? Because of its popularity, right?
because of its popularity
Popularity. Cái sự
popularities,
mà thông dụng của nó, sự thông dụng mà nhiều người sử dụng của nó. Because its popularity.
especially when I want to get promoted in
Get
my
promoted.
get
To get
promoted
promoted.
to get promoted in my job. And of course, if I want to have other jobs, apply for a new company.
For a new company, yeah.
Every companies requires English as a basis requirement.
Basic requirement. As a basic requirement. Try again. Basic requirement.
As a basis requirement.
Basic.
Basic.
Basic requirement. Yes.
As a basis requirement.
Okay. Anything else?
And if I have a chance to learn other languages from my friends or my colleague, I will be try.
I will try it. Okay, so how are languages taught and learned in your school? You can talk about your university or your high school or any other schools.
I think that languages are taught and learned in my universities is not uh, detailed like in secondaries or
It's not as detailed as in secondary or primary schools, right?
primary school.
What happened then? What
In
was the
my
problem?
in my university, they don't really focus on languages because my major is about technology.
Yes.
And in many universities in Vietnam, besides languages school university, they don't require much about languages, just enough score to graduate,
To graduate, to
to grad,
graduate.
just enough
That's enough
score.
points or score to graduate. Yes. And that's the problem of a lot of university in Vietnam too. But these days things are changing, I think. Okay.
Yes, I can
How,
see that
okay. What can you see?
I can see that now are quite different from my time, from my university time, because I can see that many young students are very good at learning new languages besides English. I think that
Okay. What do you think?
as I can see, English are becoming
Are
more
becoming.
are becoming more and more important, and not only family which have children are studying,
Okay.
but also teacher who are teaching in school. They are focused on improving their English skill to have to have teachings and learning becomes more better.
Becomes better. Okay. All right, good. So let's try another topic, part one now. Um, it's about fixing things. Let's go to 74. So, Mr. Can you fix things? Things here can be like objects. It can be an essay. It can be a program. It can be anything. Can you fix things?
I, I can fix things, but just simple device, such as self
What do
and
you mean?
something self, cái kệ,
Shelves, right? You
such
mean
as shelf, such as shelf. I remember that once I used to fix a shelf with a hammer, but those I can fix it. But I also um, I also put the hammer on my thumb,
sorry, the put the hammer on my
on my thumb, on my thumb,
thumb. Thumb. I
thumb.
put a hammer on my thumb. So I hold, let's just say I hold a hammer in my hand. Yes. And then what do I do? What do you do?
And I uh, and I think it's from the because it's a loose or a pin. Um,
Yes. All right. So what do you want to say?
I want to say I want to say I hold a hammer in my hand and fix the self be- because it's lost
It
a
lost some screw,
pin,
right?
a
So
pin.
it lost what?
Con vít, a pin đúng không? A
No,
pin,
a pen, right?
a pin,
Pen.
a pin.
It lost a pen, or you can say con viết là a screw. Pin is only like a little thing that you stick into, like here's a pin. This is a pin, okay? But a screw, it's, you can see here. This is a screw. Đây là con ốc vít. It's a screw, okay? A pin is something I just you just saw before. So did anybody teach you to fix things when you were a child? Like since you were a child, is there any classes that your parents they teach you? Did they teach you anything about fixing things? Or maybe your brother or sisters, maybe?
When I was a child, my mother helped me in fix my broken dolls, and I was watching when I was watching everything she did at that time. I learned how to fix my things. I don't like that work, but I think fix things is very important skill for everyone because in your home, if you if some things such as self sofa or, or some common furnitures,
Furnitures, some common furnitures.
some common
Common
furnitures,
furnitures.
some common furnitures that are not working in the right way,
You know, like
and you can call any fixture.
you mean
You
any
can
repairman? Any
make
repairman?
any
We call them handyman.
repairment.
Handyman or repairman. We call them handyman because the person is very handy. He's very good with his hand, you know. Or a repairman, một cái người rất là handy, rất là tháo vát với lại cái bàn tay của họ. Họ bàn tay đầy kỹ năng đó. So a hand that is very handy, very skillful. It's a handyman or repairman. In some country, we call them a master, you know. But in the UK or in the US, I don't think they call a master. But in Europe, they call it a master, you know, một bậc thầy á. But we often call them repairman, you know. So what do you say about repairman now?
Yes, if you don't if you can't call a repairman
Mhm.
at that time and your stuff just
And your gì? And your gì? And your
and
gì?
your items
Uh-huh. And your items.
your items is not really hard to fix.
It's not really
So
hard to fix.
really
Hard to
hard to
fix.
fix. To
Mhm.
fix. I think people want to do by themselves
Mhm.
because it will be self-saving.
What do you mean self-saving?
Uh, it will be more cost-saving.
Cost efficient, you mean? You mean cost efficient? Nó sẽ hiệu quả về chi phí hơn. Will make no. I think cost saving, I think it's the right word because when you say cost efficient, it means that you still hire people to do things for you, but someone would charge less and they do a better job, you know? hiệu suất về giá chi phí hơn, tức là thuê cái người mà có cái giá thành trả họ charge thấp hơn nhưng họ làm công việc ổn hơn như hạn, tức là cost efficient. Cost saving means you do it yourself, so you save on cost. Mình tự làm thì là cost saving, nó sẽ tiết kiệm mình chi phí lắm luôn chẳng hạn. These are two different things, I think. So, what do you want to say?
Yes, I want to say that if you can't fix things by yourself, it will be more cost saving. And
Hmm.
you can use your money for other things. For some things is broken and cannot be fixed, such as buy a new things, for example.
I see. Okay, so do you think it's necessary for people to learn to fix things?
I think it's really necessary for
Mm-mm.
people.
Necessary, nhưng không đầu. I think it's really necessary. Necessary.
I think it is necessary for people to learn to fix things because you can't fix your items by yourself anytime you have time. So this is more convenient and cost saving. You don't have to waste your money for repairmen who are uh, who are who usually
We usually charge
require
a lot of money, right? They usually
requires
charge. So they usually charge a lot of money to fix things, isn't it? Especially in other country, like especially I think in Western countries, repairmen cost money, because they are good at their job. They are well trained and they are good at their jobs, and they ask for a lot of money. Yes. So do you think okay, so do you think it's necessary for people to learn to fix things now? Can you repeat? Can you answer that question?
I think that it is necessary for people to learn to fix things, especially fix things by themselves because they can't fix anything anywhere and anytime. It will be very convenient and cost saving because they don't have to waste their money for repairmen who usually charge a lot of money to fix things. Besides that, people can have order to fix things, and I think it's a good way to to make a new friends.
To make new friends? Oh, of course you can make friends by fixing things for them. Yes, it's correct. Like for example, you can help your neighbors to fix you can help your neighbors to fix water pipes, for example. Ống nước chẳng hạn. Water pipes or the internet routers for them. You know, it's a very common thing. You can often see that in movies, whatever kind of movies. Okay, so what do you do when a thing is broken and cannot be fixed? Like, for example, if you have something that is so beyond repair, it's beyond repair, không còn có khả năng sửa nữa. If something is beyond repair, what do you think about it? If it's broken and cannot be fixed, what do you do?
Of course, no one wants wants their things are broken and cannot be fixed. But in my opinion, if my things is broken, I will throw it away because sometimes try to repair are more expensive than buying new. And it rarely looks as good as it did originally, or it cannot work good as before. It doesn't work well anymore. And I can consider it as an opportunity to buy something new because once my things is broken, I think it's too old to use. So buying new ones can be a good idea. But of course, you also think carefully what you need to buy.
You have to think carefully. Like, okay, so one thing that can be very easily broken and cannot be fixed is if you buy a smartphone, like for example, Apple phone, it cannot be fixed, right? Apple phones. If you buy from Samsung or other kind of brands that is not from Apple, people can fix that, yes. But if you buy Apple products, it's almost impossible to fix. You know that, right?
Yes,
Because
some
they use
items.
proprietary. They use proprietary parts, linh kiện, linh kiện mà giống như chỉ có mình nó có thôi. Nó gọi linh kiện gì? Linh kiện chuyên chuyên biệt của nó. Like they use proprietary parts, and that because of that, no shops can fix if your iPhone's broken. You have to buy new. It's like that. So do you know about that? So what do you think about it?
Yes, some items are really expensive and their parts are exclusive. Thus are reproduced. So once
That I rarely what?
reproduced, reproduced,
That they rarely reproduce,
reproduce
right?
are
You mean
rarely
reproduce? They rarely reproduce, you mean?
rep, reproduced.
Sinh sản hả?
Tái tái sản xuất. Re,
Think
retro,
they rarely make spare parts for repair. Spare parts là linh kiện thay thế. They rarely make spare parts for repairing. So it's like once you buy it, you cannot find any spare parts to repair it at all. That's evil. Ác lắm luôn á. That's really evil. I have written, and you already learned many units about this problem. Okay, so what do you think about it?
I think that the trick of many companies to sell more items,
Sell more item, you mean?
to sell to sell more items. Because if you use items too long and it's hard to broken or can be fixed easily, you will not have intent to buy a new ones. Some people are show as very careful when they use anything. But if there's always use an items and never buy new ones, many companies will in the markets can buy their technological advance. just as smartphone every
Smartphones,
year. Yes,
smartphone.
smartphones every year. Many companies such as Apple, Sony, Samsung, they produce new versions with many new functions. But I think that besides new functions, that young generations very consider
They
in
often consider buying, right?
buy, but they usually don't improve their
Yes,
quality, such as
of course they
about
don't.
endurable,
Like
because I think
durability, right? Like durability,
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 durability là độ bền. So the adjective is of course durable, durable.
characteristics.
Okay, so they don't make the products more durable. Why do you think it is? Because they cannot sell more things if their products are so durable, you know. Like for example, you've learned about plan obsolescence. Obsolete, you know, you remember the word obsolete, right?
Obsolete.
Plan obsolescence, sự lỗi thời được tính trước, được sự lỗi thời được tính từ trước rồi. So like for example, I told you about iPhones. 18 months after you use it, the iPhone will be really slow and it forces you to buy even newer iPhones, you know, newer iPhones, you know. So this is called a planned obsolescence. The same thing can happen to many other phones or many other products, you know. We learned this one before, remember? Planned obsolescence, you know. Okay, so let's try part two now. So that's 74. Let's try some part two and three. 76. Describe a time when you felt proud of a family member. You should say when it happened, who the person is, what the person did, and explain why you felt proud of him or her. And the part three of feeling proud, you know, or pride. So tự hào. So when should parents feel proud of their children? So think about the achievements, think about what their children can do, something like that, you know. And should parents reward children? Why and how? Is it good to reward children too often and why? You know what the consequences are if you reward them too often, right? They will not take it seriously. They will not take reward seriously. And if you stop giving them reward, they will hate you. You know, this is something very common. Nếu mà cho phần thưởng quá nhiều mà em ngưng cho phần thưởng một cái thôi là lũ chúng nó sẽ ghét em lắm luôn á. This is a psychology of young children, you know, đó là tâm lý trẻ nhỏ. So you should not reward children too often. That's what I think. And also, if you reward them a lot, they they grow complacent. They go complacent. Chúng trở nên sao? Tự mãn. Complacent. They grow complacent, and because of that, they are overconfident. You know, what would be a problem if they are overconfident, you know? And it could be their downfall. It could be their downfall. Cú ngã, cú ngã, cú trượt dài. Nó có thể là cú ngã, cú trượt dài của trẻ nhỏ nếu mà chúng quá tự tin. It could be the downfall, if they are too confident and they fail. Okay. So on what occasion should adults be proud of themselves? So of course, adults used to be children, and they are of course children inside. So there should be occasions where they should be proud of themselves. You can give some examples. Okay, you have some time now to think. Okay, Mr. Please describe a time when you felt proud of a family member.
I want to talk about once that I felt proud of my mom. Of course,
My
I'm
mother.
always
Proud
my
of my
mother,
mother.
my mother. Of course, I'm always proud of I love my mother. But one period that I am extremely proud of is when my mother overcame COVID-19 after nearly 2 months of battling several symptoms of it. At that time,
Yes.
the entire society was in lockdown, and it was impossible to visit the doctor. My mother received little medical care. It's just myself and online doctors.
Okay.
There are very challenging moments, but my mother did not give up. And because of that, she's overcame the most hard phase. Even while she was ill, she's always encouraged me not to worry too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm truly proud of my mother because she is a role model who never gives up and always cares about others,
Mm-hmm.
especially her family.
Okay, very well. Okay, good, good. So let's go to part three then. When should parents feel proud of their children then?
In my opinions, parents generally always feel proud of their children, but
Mhm.
as a is particular times
You
that
mean a particular time, you mean?
particular times that parents often feel proud that when their children can achieve some uh, uh some success,
Some sort
such
of
as some success, such as when they reach significant marathons,
Okay.
graduating from school, earning awards in school contests,
In school contest, yeah.
and achieving personal goals as as example. Besides that, I think when the children can show their ability in new things, such as um, they have talent in art, they can draw very well, they can
Mm-hmm.
sing very beautifully,
Okay.
and that make their parents feel proud.
Mm-hmm. That makes their parents feel proud, yeah.
But I think parents should feel proud when their children show good characteristics,
You
such
mean
as
what
helping,
characteristic? What characteristics are you talking about?
such as helping others when children contribute to their community, support others, and show their kindness, responsibility, and hardworking,
Being
they are
hardworking, you mean being hardworking?
and and being hardworking. I think it's really work for their parents feel proud and appreciate what their children are doing.
Okay. I see. Okay, so should parents reward children? Why and how?
Parents should reward children because it shows how much they are proud of them, and it's a very good way to
To
their children,
appreciate their children.
appreciate their children, but it should be done carefully. They need to balance time and when they reward
Okay.
their children. It's very important because in each important milestone,
Milestone.
milestones, children's children's are worth being receive rewards,
You mean
but
children deserve receiving reward? You mean
deserve
so they
deserve
also basically children deserve to receive or deserve receiving rewards for their efforts, right? For
their
their efforts,
efforts
for their efforts.
for their efforts and their achievements.
Mhm. I
I
think
don't think I don't think that rewards always have to be material. I think there are times parents spend for their children, their their appreciate uh, our experience can also be effective,
okay.
and the and parents should focus on their efforts, not
Efforts. There are
always
efforts.
eff
There are efforts.
their their efforts, not always their achievements.
Exactly.
Be, because they may not achieve anything at that time, but
But maybe
they
later, right?
try, they try their best. And when their parents congratulate them with their efforts,
Congratulate
they
them. You
can
mean congratulate them, right?
congratulate them with their efforts. They can feel proud of themselves, and they will be more strive in
Okay.
other times. It cannot push their growth mindset in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think rewards can be very positive and encourage children to continue their efforts and develop good habits is important.
Okay. Right. So, but so if you overdo something, it's not always a good thing. Is it good to reward children too often and why?
Of course, anything which is too much is not always good because that make children don't value what they have.
That
Don't,
makes children not value. Tại sao? Tại
that
vì nó là
make
cái động từ thứ
children
hai rồi. So basically that's the second verb. So you can say that makes children not value something.
That makes children not value what they have.
Okay, very good. That makes children not value what they have. And what could be the problem of that?
Frequent rewards may lead children to expect more and more things for every effort, even a little effort they give. It's reduce the quality of the record. I think that's
The quality of the reward, you mean?
uh, I mean
Reduce the quality of the reward, you mean?
I means because they receive the requests frequently, they don't
The
value,
reward frequently. What could be a problem?
they will not value the reward they have, and they always expect for better and more expensive reward.
Rewards.
But in but in general,
Uh-huh.
I think if rewards are given too often and too
Uh-huh.
much, their impact can be reduced,
Uh-huh.
making them less effective over time.
Okay. Right. So, on what occasions would adults be proud of themselves? Now we talk about adults now.
As a child, adults feel proud of themselves when they get some achievements,
Uh-huh.
and even when they try their best, they can feel contented
No,
and
content.
happy.
They can feel
They,
content.
they can feel
Okay, so
content.
basically, can you use that one as an adjective? Yes, you can.
Content. Content.
It's an adjective. Please, you can feel pleased or feel content. Yes. Cảm thấy hài lòng, mãn nguyện. They can feel content. Yes.
But sometimes adults aren't and don't or goals as more hard than
Harder.
more harder than children's
Okay.
ones. So I think adults have to feel proud of themselves. But I think it's very important to feel proud of yourself and appreciate your efforts.
Mhm.
When you uh, when you achieve some rewards in your
Rewards.
company, rewards
Reward.
rewards in your companies, when you get promoted, or you can receive bonus because your efforts, your new projects. I
Project.
totally that projects,
Project.
projects. You receive bonus for your new projects. I totally agree that you can feel proud of yourself. And, and besides that, people always have to overcome challenges in their
Challenges.
life, challenges
Overcome
in their
challenges in their lives.
in overcome challenges in their life and work. So in hard situation,
Uh-huh.
once you can overcome and you reach some career milestone,
You mean when you reach a certain milestone in a certain milestones in your life. Khi đạt được một cái cột mốc nào đó trong cuộc đời. When you reach a certain milestones in your life, what could be the thing? What are you talking about?
I want to talk when a person can reaches a certain milestone in their life, they can feel very proud of themselves.
Okay. All right. So can you give examples of what occasions would adult be proud of themselves? Just give examples, please. Because this question asks you to do that. Go on, please. Like, for example, if they achieve something, for example, if they win a competition, of course, they should be proud of themselves, right? Or if they get promoted, that's when they should be proud of themselves as well. Or if they pass an exam or pass a hard exam, that's when they should be proud of themselves as well, you know? I mean, it's a human thing. It's not just about being children or adults. Okay, so good. All right, let's move on to the next question, next topic. That will be okay, I'll choose 83. Okay, describe a creative person whose work you admire. You should say who he or she is, how you knew him or her, what creative things he or she has done, and explain why you think he or she is creative. There could be so many creative person around, you know. And then part 3 of being creative. It's not that hard. I think we have done something similar in the past. Do you think people these days are more creative than in the past? Think about what we have that in the past we do not have, and vice versa. Và ngược lại, vice versa. Is it good for children to learn arts? What kinds of jobs require people to be creative? And do you think leaders need to have creative ability, like to solve problems, to encourage their workers, to encourage other people to be creative, to find new customers, something like that, you know? Okay, you have some time now. Now, okay, Ms. Struckley, describe a creative person whose work you admire.
A person whose work I admire
Admire.
is my co-worker. Recently, thanks to a creativity competition at my company, I discovered her. She has many unique ideas that I deeply admire. She's developed a software that speaks of data entry for report, and thanks to it, the time that we need to spend for writing things down on paper can be reduced. And
Reduced, you mean reduced?
Reduced. And this software has helped us save more than half of the time we used to spend before.
You to spend before.
I used to spend before. I believe she is creative.
Creative.
I believe she is creative because no one has thought of these methods before, even though we had faced many difficulties. with
Difficulties.
traditional
Difficulties.
difficulties with the conventional methods we use. Besides that, she's also come up with many practical office items for daily work that don't require buying. Crafting these items is not easy, but she does it very beautifully and innovatively.
Innovatively.
I think that creativity should combine with the courage to think, and art is what leads to success. So I admire for her creativities and her efforts to do anything in her way.
In her way. Okay, very good. So, do you think people these days are more creative than in the past?
I think human creativity is always existing. In the past,
Existed. Has always exist. Existed. Has always exist. I think, or you can say existed. But okay, has always existed. Yes.
Creative ability leads people to unexpected achievement.
Okay.
And I think people in the past and nowadays have that ability at both of people in the past and nowadays.
Both the people in the past and nowadays
all have that ability, but for people in the past, they don't have many tools that have them for innovations, but it's not always bad because lacking many resources that can use their imagination and their efforts
yes
to create new things, and that continue to benefit our generations and even in the future generation.
Okay.
And of course, people nowadays have many devices that help them in their creativities job. And thanks to it, people can create more and more things, just as technological advance inventions that
The AI, for example, can you talk about, like, for example, artificial intelligence? Does it help people to be more creative or less creative? What do you think about it? Think about what you can do with AI, you know?
AI creativity is a huge inventions of people. I think they are engaged in many activities of people in life and in people life and work. Even in the in people entertainment such as art and music. AI can create awkward music and even music and even poetry.
Okay.
They can produce unique piece of music that can that can be even better than a human.
Yes.
Sometimes I think that AI also help people in problem solving. For example, many AI apps can help people in calculation. People just need to write the questions, and AI can solve it for them. It's a very fast way.
In a very fast way, yes. All right, so is it good for children to learn arts then?
Of course, I think that children should have a chance to learn art. When I was a child, I don't have many chance to
When I was a
learn
child,
art. I didn't have
much
many
chance. I didn't
chance.
have much chance
I
to.
don't I don't have much chance to
Many chances nếu đếm được.
I don't have much
I didn't
chance.
have. I didn't
I
have
didn't
much chance to.
I didn't have much chance to learn arts. I think arts is a field that's very large, such as music, drawing, and other things. In my childhood memories, I just learned about drawing and music at school, but it was very basic. So I think children should have a chance to learn art because it can help them to cultivate their passions in some new hobby or even in a future career.
Future career, right?
Future career. Arts help grace their creativity. It's a very good way.
Okay.
Because it's not boring to learn. It's very colorful. Or when you wrote something, or just as listening a music song can make your mood can be more comfortable and more happy. And even if it's not about huge benefits, just something little can be help children just to relax when they feel tired or overwhelmed with their with their with their of with their components of
Sorry? With their
subjects.
what?
Compulsory
With a
subjects.
compulsory subject. With a
Compulsory
compulsory subject.
with their
Compulsory.
compulsory subjects.
Compulsory. With a compulsory subject. Những môn học bắt buộc. All right, can you do that again? Is it good for children to learn arts then? Let's do it again.
I totally agree that learning art is very good for children. Because learning art can cultivate the passions for children as a hobby or even a chance for future career, career,
Career.
career. Art is is a field that's very large that include music, drawing, and some things and other things. Children can improve their creativities in a very appealing way. It's not
Appealing way,
boring
in a very appealing way.
like their compulsory subjects such as math or literature or history.
Okay.
According song or growing, they can learning new things such as expressions. They help children to express their thoughts and feelings.
Their thoughts and feelings.
Thinking, logic thinking, engagements in art help children develop problem-solving skill.
Okay. Problem-solving skill.
When they have to make decisions about their work, such as when they are drawing a pictures, they have to choose the color.
When they draw pictures, so new. When they draw pictures.
When they draw pictures, they have to choose what color and what figures that they will draw. And other things, I think that art is very interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting is it helps children about cultural awareness. According artwork, such as music and artworks. Children can learn about the cultures.
The culture.
The cultures, the backgrounds of many famous artists. And it's help them broaden their understanding about the world.
The world, about the world.
About broaden their understanding about the world in a very attractive way.
In a very attractive way. So what kinds of jobs require people to be creative then?
Nowadays, many jobs require people to be creative. But I think that what job about marketing, about content creativity it requires people to be more creative than people who work as a office worker, such as accountant, like some co-workers in my community.
Okay, a community. In my community.
In my community, as an example, my jobs also requires to be creative because I'm a product research and development. So I have to learn about new new technological advance. I have to update more training nowadays and be creative in every product that I am researching. So I think that is my jobs requires to be creative so much.
Right. Okay. So do you think leaders need to have creative ability?
I think creativity is a valuable,
It's a valuable. It's a valuable.
a valuable, um, a valuable trait for leaders.
For leaders. For leaders.
For
Why do you think
leaders,
so?
because many reasons. If leaders are creative, they can be solving many problems in a fast and effective way.
Mhm.
Creative leaders can think outside the box.
Think outside of the box.
Outside
They can
of the
think outside of the box.
they can think outside of the box
Mhm.
to find innovative solution for any challenges, for
Mhm.
any challenge. They also have adaptable ability. Creativity helps them adapt to training,
You mean adapt to changes, right?
adapt to changing
To
situation,
changes.
hard
To changes.
to changing hard situation
Okay.
and overcome any challenges, any challenge. Creativities also also contribute their vision, help them to
You
have
mean
a
help them reason better is a verb to reason, right? It helped them to reason better, you mean?
I mean vision of a
Vision, you
leader,
mean?
vision of a
It
leader.
helps them have better vision, right? Có tầm nhìn tốt hơn. Tức là
Have them have them to contribute their better visions. They can uh they can think to futures possibilities
they can
and
think of future possibilities.
help others with their problems in
Mhm.
a proper way.
Okay.
They also can works as a negative instructor who
Instructor
have instructor who are who are encourage others with
who
their
encourage others.
who encourage all others in their
Encourage
who
others.
who encourage their others in their team to
Okay.
work in effective and better ways
Mhm.
to challenge to get their own goals. I
Anything
think
else?
generally creativity enhance a leader's ability to guide their team
Mhm.
effectively
Mhm.
and navigate
It can navigate the whole team toward the
and
goal,
can
right?
navigate the whole teams to the final goal.
To the final goal. To the final goal.
The
Very good.
final goals.
Right. So, okay, I think it's good enough. Now, let's move on to the next topic of part 2 and 3. Um, let's try let's say There are some exciting topics I can see here. Okay, let's try 91, okay? Describe someone who is older than you that you admire. Did we do this one before?
Nope.
Okay, so you should say who this person is, how you knew this person. Em hay bị dính cái dụ in cái động từ sai á. So your verbs are often wrong. You should try to correct it. Okay, how you knew this person, what kinds of things you like to do together, and explain how you feel about this person. And then part 3, what can young and old people learn from each other? Beside from the experience and beside from all the new technology, can they learn to get on well with each other better? Learn to respect each other, maybe. Because without respect, you cannot work. You cannot do anything together. It's like that. Think about that. And has old people's life quality improved when compared to the past? This is nothing wrong. Nor has old people's actually old people it's plural, so have. So have old people's life quality improved when compared to the past? So think about how long they live. Think about their lifespan, vòng đời ấy. Think about their lifespan, like how many years do they live compared to the past? Do they receive medical care? Do they receive good medical care and quality medical care? Think about that. Do they receive medical care, like good quality? Do they receive, how can I say, good food, good care? Do they go to the gym, something like that? If you are old and you go to the gym often, you actually improve your quality of life a lot more. So think about that compared to what happened in the past and think about their free time, what they use that free time for. Nhiều người già ở Việt Nam dùng thời gian rảnh để mà lo một cách thái quá đó. Với lại làm phiền người ta lắm luôn á. So a lot of old people, they have a very bad habit to bickering, bicker là giống như là gặm nhấm quá khứ và cằn nhằn. So basically, they just bicker over they just bicker over the past. Cứ gặm nhấm quá khứ xong rồi cứ phàn nàn cằn nhằn hoài luôn á. Like this is a very common this is a very common problem with the old people. They often spend their free time bickering over the past. And of course, because of that, it's really, really annoying, very annoying. And they are also very sensitive too, because they think that the younger people do not need them anymore in the society. Họ cũng rất nhạy cảm luôn, tại vì luôn nghĩ là người trẻ không cần họ nữa, họ giống như đồ thải của xã hội đó. They often think like that. They often be more sensitive. And of course, because of that, they bicker even more. Nó còn gặm nhấm, họ còn cằn nhằn quá khứ nhiều hơn nữa cơ. They bicker more, even more. They complain about a lot of things. That's a very common thing in old people, I can see. And that contribute to a lower quality of life, I can say. Càng gặm nhấm quá khứ, càng cằn nhằn, cái chất lượng cuộc sống càng đi xuống thôi. So think about that. Does it improve when compared to the past? Why? Okay, next question. Why is there a generation gap between the young and the old? So we talk about generation gap here. Khoảng cách thế hệ. So back then, people get married earlier and they have children earlier too. So the generation gap, well, there is a generation gap, yes, but not as big as these days. Because think about it. A lot of people these days, they get married They got married very late. And because of that, their children, when they reach the age of 40, maybe their children are just like 2 or 3 years old, you know? So the generation gap, it's huge. And of course, that creates a lot of misunderstandings between the different generations, you know? And it leads to a lot of conflicts over lifestyle, you know? Nó dẫn đến nhiều cái mâu thuẫn về cái lối sống lắm luôn á. Conflicts over lifestyle, there's a lot of them. Okay, think about that. The question asks why, you know, focus on why is there a generation gap between the young and the old? Think about what they think, how they think, what they often eat, what they often do, and their views on different social matters, you know. Những cái cách nhìn nhận của họ trên nhiều cái vấn đề xã hội. Like pollution, think about pollution, think about politics, chính trị. Là em ủng hộ đảng phái nào chẳng hạn, like politics, what kind of political party are you voting for? What political parties to vote for? Đảng phái chính trị nào, bầu trong chính trị nào, yeah. And of course, social matters. Also, you can find a problem of LGBTQI rights, quyền của cộng đồng LGBTQI, of course, LGBTQI rights, and you can talk about and other things like feminism, nữ quyền, those things like that. And of course, young people often like to party, you know, and they invite people over and then they have loud music on, you know, loud music on, big parties, you know, while the old people often do that, you know. So that is also the reason why there's a conflict over lifestyle. Cái điều đó nó cũng dẫn đến những cái mối mà nó gọi là những cái gì ta? Mâu thuẫn thế hệ, mâu thuẫn về lối sống, conflicts over lifestyles. Okay, so next question. So what do old people usually do in their daily life? So think about what they when they wake up, what they often do, have a coffee or have breakfast, or maybe they can go to the kindergarten to pick up their grandchildren, you know, go to the kindergarten to pick up their grandchildren, đến nhà trẻ để mà đón cháu chẳng hạn, something like that. Okay, and then what time they have lunch, and then they often go to the park, or they care for their own gardens, for example. Something like that. Some people, they have a habit of reading books, and they do a lot of things for their hobbies, you know. But if they don't have hobbies, if they don't read books, they don't have garden to care for, they don't have children to care for, they will use that time to bicker over the past. I'm sure about that, you know. They will complain a lot about how the society is different now compared to when they were younger, you know. Họ sẽ liên tục và phàn nàn về cái xã hội bây giờ, tại sao tôi già rồi, không ai quan tâm đến tôi, con cháu đi đâu hết, something like that, you know. Where are their children, where are their why nobody's care for them, something like that. They will bicker over everything, you know. Luôn luôn là cằn nhằn gặm nhấm đủ thứ, you know. Okay, you have some time to think now. Okay, Mr. Please describe someone who is older than you that you admire.
Yes. I want to mention a person is older than me, and I admire her so much. I think that many older people are highly admirable due to their experiences and their challenges they have overcome. And one such person is a friend of my mother's. She is an employee at the National Library.
National Library.
National Library. She is very good in communication and making new friends. Is very skilled in language. As a result, she's weekly assigned to host foreign guests.
Sorry, to what?
Others to host foreign guests
To
to a
host
meeting.
foreign what?
Foreign guests.
To host events
to
host events for foreign guests, right?
host event for foreign guests.
To host events for foreign guests. Okay. Okay, good.
Others I don't have
Although
many.
although I don't
Although I don't have many opportunities to meet her, I always enjoy it when I have a chance, especially hearing her tell about her stories from her work and interesting situations that happened during her meetings with international clients.
International clients.
International clients. I greatly admire her, and I would talk more to talk with her more.
Okay. Now, okay, so what can young and old people learn from each other?
In my opinion, I think both young and old people should learn from each other. Young people can learn about experience that older people's witness, as these are experience that not everyone has the opportunity to go through and overcome. By gaining the knowledge and the experience from them, young people can save time and efforts.
Can what? Can save time and effort, right?
Save time and efforts.
Okay.
In contrast, other people should also learn about scientific advancements. Scientific advancements.
Okay.
And new approaches from younger people. Young people usually learn quickly and can be very effective in helping older people with this.
Okay, and what else is there?
I think young people, I think both of them have their weakness and their strength that should be complete by each other. So it's good to put aside their ego sometimes to learn from each other.
Okay. So have old people's life quality improved when compared to the past?
I think nowadays people have more chance to approach
Approach.
advancements, especially old people. who will have better health care. For example, more hospital with updated device can can rescue them from the disease that can be cured in the past.
That cannot be cured in the
That
past.
cannot be
Be
cured.
cured.
Can be cured in the
That
past.
cannot be cured in the past.
That help to increase their life standard and improve overall health care for the elderly. Besides, better living conditions can be overlooked. Improve living standard including better housing and access to clean water.
Access to clean water, it's a basic, it's a basic necessity. Nó là cái điều mà tối căn bản rồi. It's basic necessity. It's a basic necessities,
Yes.
Những cái tối
That,
cần thiết.
but that I think in the past, when people have to use underground water, that is not really clean enough.
Okay.
Yes. And technological innovations also help old people with their entertainment. I think technologies can provide them communication tools, has made it easier for older people to connect with their family members, their relatives who live far away from them. They don't have to go to far to meet their family members.
To meet their families, yeah.
To meet their family, I think.
Okay.
And many benefits. That I think
life has already improved. That life these days has provided, right?
Yes, that bring benefits to all people nowadays.
So, what do old people usually do in their life then?
Some spend their time.
Yes.
Some spend their time at home caring for their grandchildren, engage exercise in the morning with other elderly, and I think managing household tasks is the most popular activity that elderly people usually do. They love taking care of their family member, their house, I think, and they prefer quiet environments over noisy and crowded places, such as party or loud music. Additionally, they often enjoy routines and find comfort in familiar surroundings and activities. They usually don't want to explore new things too much. It's not familiar like to young generation. But of course, every bus is also have inclusive people who are older, but they also love meeting new friends, go out for traveling, and that make them feel love their life. In the past, they didn't have many chances to go traveling, but now thanks to their thanks to their thanks to their child who are working, uh, they can have them have money and time to traveling when they want.
Okay, so why is there a generation gap between the young and the old? The young and the old, what do you think?
The generation gap between the young and the old is mainly because the different environment of them, which where they are born and grow up. That's a shape their mindset, and this they are very different from their thinking, just as their view of social media, with social the views of social media like politics,
Politics,
like politics,
politics,
femin, feminism,
feminism.
feminism, and LGBT rights. That is not really familiar to the old generation. They are not feel comfortable with these ideas. It's, it's not the when they I think is reasonable situation because the environment that they live is too different. The young people are more open mind, and they can access new things is better than the old people who sometimes quite enjoy routines and not comforts in unfamiliar things.
All right, so I think we can just end it here. There's a lot of practice already for today.